It's Week 13 of the National Football League. And we're going to look here at Trey Lance. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Falcons and the Beats under the lights on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Brooklyn Beats and the Atlanta Falcons. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our visitors coming into play here. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situations where they can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want when you want to, not necessarily just running it 50% of the time and throwing it the same percentage.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Hamilton fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Lance to throw it. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week, because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's got it down to the 28. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Nice job there, finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Beats use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, You want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I notice his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
Play action. Now it's Lance. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing now is Lance. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Lance. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. On 2nd down now, it's Hamilton. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes us up to the 47. Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field.
Holding. Offense.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. And Lance going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Holding. Offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Back to throw now on 1st down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. He's going to let it go again. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Back to throw again. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. And here now come the Falcons. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Lance. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Had a nice move, but couldn't free much space. Second and 9 now. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Lamb. Call it a gain of 4. Leaves him with options here on 2nd and just a yard. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, it's Brooklyn in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot. Picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. They'll run on first down. Lamb, a strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive, 3rd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Bass is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no wind. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Lance going to keep it on the option. Now the ball comes loose, and this is picked up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown. And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home? I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often. No, they're not choreographed very well usually. Tyler Bass now for the point after. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you don't want to. Well, no, but let me finish. Okay, my bad. You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination. I think you just called it. I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy. And this will be a Falcons first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at that 35-yard line.
Right back to him on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in his first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll keep it on the ground. Hamilton, and able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. He finds his man complete. That's Cochran. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On first down, Lance. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Up the middle they go. It's Hamilton. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Hamilton. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. And Lance now to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Forced out to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, he had to wait until December, but congrats to the rookie, his first INT.
Yeah, he's been a reliable contributor for this defense throughout the season. Definitely got a bright future, and has gotten even brighter after making that play.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out. On the ground with a tight end. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Beats continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, the big play prior to this one got him down there, and they're able to stick it in on the very next snap.
And I think those last 2 plays, that's what you're talking about, balance, right? Big pass play, puts them in position, turn right around and hand it off, and you've got a running play that finishes it off in the end zone.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half.
Falcons, nothing.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Lance. He finds his man, complete. That's Cochran. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and
Here's Lance. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds after his short pickup, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. They'll look to throw again. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Throwing on 1st down is Lance. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken out of bounds all the way down near the 35-yard line. Lance now on first down. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is right down the middle. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Lamb gets the green light. He'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was the Jaguars who pick up the win at home. Trevor Lawrence, sharp in the victory, as his guys double up their record to 8-4 on the year. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they were winners as they defeat the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Davis Mills leading the way there, as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. And finally, on Monday Night Football, should be a good one there between the Carolina Panthers and the...
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Here's 2nd and 8. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Nick Bosa, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play.
And that'll bring up fourth down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be Falcon football. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Lance looking to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Lance. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Lance. Under pressure, they got him again. Quentin Williams, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Up the middle they go. It's Lamb, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like he'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the 41, Lance. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. .46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now a play fake. Lance under pressure, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. It's Contra. He'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40, before being taken down. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Hamilton, a short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up
On 2nd and 9, Lance. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing now is Lance. Eluding the pressure right. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the 1st down.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
On 1st down, it's Hamilton. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. On 2nd down, it's Hamilton. And this time he is in. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll set up a throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lamb.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely. No matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Down to about the 45. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They're going to look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. A.J. Terrell, the one who shot in there to drop the QB. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And what a great call defensively there, because they decided to bring pressure off the corner. And a lot of times, those big linemen, they can't account for the speed of a defensive back. And that time, he made a beeline right for the quarterback and got him. The Cat
under pressure, and they got to him again. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
They bring their punter out there now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. This will be fielded at the 17. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Intended for number 19, incomplete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lance. He finds his man complete. That's Cochran.
Complete to number 13. Brings up 3rd down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And this will be a Falcons 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Lance now on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Complete to number 15. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lance. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Up the middle they go. Hamilton. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain.
57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
Flushed out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lance. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hamilton, and he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. The Lance going to throw.
Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Desperation time here. Lance.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Lamb. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Lamb. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff up the middle. Lamb. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third down, it's Lamb, and he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Brooklyn, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.